So I've been in the quality profession for now over 18 years. I think in 2027 it'll actually be 20 years since I've been in the QA space professionally. I started off as a software tester or game tester at Nintendo of America, testing various games there, which that experience was quite interesting to start off with. And then ended up moving from Nintendo to Microsoft, where I was still doing game testing. That move was very beneficial because it provided more structure because when we started there was like an initial new hire where you would I don't remember what exactly the game was, but we basically like watched a video. I think we watched a video uh and then like wrote down the bugs that we thought we saw, or maybe we played a little bit and then wrote it down. I can't remember exactly, but it was something like that. And so there were like some known bugs that they wanted to see if we picked up on, and so it was interesting to have that experience going from like just sort of uh number of people in chairs playing something to see if they notice anything weird versus a more structured approach and like starting to build out those skills of observation and analyzing the things along with being able to like remember your reproduction steps, which is like very critical to writing defects, because it's like if you don't remember what you were doing, it can be a lot harder to fix the issue, because then there's that much more troubleshooting that a developer would then need to do to like get those steps, or maybe it's not even worthwhile to write up because you didn't, like, if you don't know how you did it, then like you're just gonna have to like keep tabs on it to see if it happens again. My rule of thumb, depending on the software or product that you're working with, is like if one person finds it, then 1,000 people will find it, or 1,000,000 people will find it, or 100,000 people will find it. Like it depends on the medium, but like it's likely it will be found by just sheer numbers. Statistically, uh, it will be found. And so, is that worth fixing? Um, so then from there, from Microsoft, which was still game testing, I then moved to a small, like, not exactly flash game, but it was like one of those old like uh web-based games um in the browser, and that was just sort of a change of pace. Just a small studio, and so the team was very small. It was just like 3 people. And then, well, it was 3 QA uh working on their various titles that they had. And so then from there, I ended up working at Warner Brothers, which are Warner Brother Games, which was, I think, one of the best experience I had. It was a very welcoming place, and they cared about each other because uh for the most part, it was like all the QA were in one spot. And so most of the people that we were interacting with all had been in the QA space before. So like we all had a lot that we could sort of reminisce on like war stories effectively. So it was camaraderie in that, and it was a really good experience. And I still have friends to this day who I met at um that experience. And so I was there on and off for multiple contracts, and I really enjoyed it. And eventually I had an opportunity that came up, and I took it outside of games, and that was a whole new experience, uh, going from the games industry into um, web testing, which I mean is not testing is testing. It's to me it's not different what the thing is that you're testing, because in my mind it's all process. It's muscle memory. It's you do the thing, and it's creatively thinking about a problem and coming up with questions to ask, or questions in the sense of things to look at and explore. And so for me, it's all been the same regardless of what the medium is. Um, so it's been quite a journey to go through all that and like break out of the games industry, because back then I'm not sure how much it's changed or not, but like there was a in the professional space, a games tester or software tester in games was looked down upon uh differently, or it was looked like less of a real thing than like a software tester in a non-game space, which is crazy. um that's like not real at all, and something someone uh perpetuated and other people picked up on. Like, testing is testing. It doesn't matter what the medium is. Now, there are instances where individuals within a space can be quote unquote better or worse, but like just because you're in the games industry doesn't mean uh you are better or worse in your uh QAing abilities than anyone else. Like it's person by person. It's not industry by industry. Now, there can be more opportunities in certain industries that can yield certain outcomes, but it's definitely not a all X or all Y are better worse, which is just uh very like closed-minded thinking of like it can be easier to just say all this bad, all this good, or all this bad, and not so much thinking about like the good. It's just like none of that. So that was definitely a hurdle early on to try to overcome, and it was an interesting time to go through that.